But anyway, I want to know how you guys sort of met, and then how you got the idea to start a business together.
I'd walked away from a business, basically, and starting again. Sometimes you're in business and you get to the natural point where it's time for me to leave. Yeah, so I left, and I felt comfortable with that decision. My business partner at the time wasn't comfortable with me leaving, but it was the right thing for me to do. So then I started, as you do, you go on LinkedIn and you update your profile.
So you're in sync via algorithms. That's good, actually. It's good to know. So you're working out. It's working out.
The algorithm put us together.
Right.
So I connected with her. And I think it was her, I don't know if it's like myself or her, said, let's meet in real life.
Yeah, let's meet. Yeah.
You went offline and you're going to see how you get on when you actually meet. And what was that experience like when you met?
Rubbish. So, because she said she was happy to come over.
Rubbish? I mean, oh no. That's a nice person.
She was happy to come over to Ealing. But I think it's around 11 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was February. And it was grey. And it was blooming cold. And it was chucking it down. And then I get a phone call from school. And my eldest, he was at high school, was ill. So he puked up in school, so I had to go and collect him. And Veronica was literally about 3 or 4 stops away. Anyway, I picked him up. He was fine, so I left him on the sofa in front of the TV, as you do.
Indeed.
I think it was 13 or something like that. Oh, Mum, it's fine. I'll be fine. Just go out to your meeting. It's fine. So I left him in front of the TV, looking green. And so I left the house on my push bike, because I cycle in and around Ealing, and the heavens opened and I just got drenched, and I thought, well, I'm halfway there. If I turn back now to put dry clothes on, I might as well just carry on, because I've already committed.
Let me just get that. So you were on your bike as well, right?
Yes, I'm cycling in the rain.
Cycling in the rain. Okay, getting all wet and.
Yeah, and I just felt so bad. And then Veronica was like trying to call me. Where I was, this person that she's never met in real life. What were you thinking at the time?
Well, I just thought, let me just check that she's okay. That was the first thing, and that you're on your way. Despite the rain and everything else, I thought, let me just check, So, yeah, but then you turned up within a few minutes, which was quite surprising. So you couldn't have been far away when I was bringing you.
So you're going out for a coffee. So why do you think you were persuaded to go for a coffee?
We wanted to warm up. We were so cold. We were both cold.
That was pretty much. You didn't have to.
And it's a stranger. You don't want to bring them to your house or anything like that. You always want to meet them in a neutral place.
Yeah.
Right. So other people are around just in case it were to all go awry. And plus you were cold and you needed something warm to warm up. So you didn't really have to put much thought into why you actually went out for a coffee. And then what happened?
We just chatted. Yeah, and Vanessa was telling me about her son, obviously, being having to be collected from school. And I thought, oh my gosh, isn't she brave to come out, even with that on her hand, to keep this appointment. I thought, wow, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't tell me that at the time.
Well, you don't, do you? I didn't want you to feel, think, oh, well, she's probably patronizing me anyway.
Somehow, there was some sort of thought at some point, because somehow you decided together that you've had a common bond in which you wanted to work with startups, help them.
I think at the time I was working with a company that really concentrated on startups. Well, part of it was startups and part of it were established business. So we kind of started talking about the types of businesses that we help, and what we found with startups, how difficult it was. I think that was the common thing. I think that was the key thing that got us going, because it was so hard to start up. And that kind of got our minds going. We started thinking, well, that may be something that we can do.
Doesn't matter what type of business that you run, whether it's, you know, a coffee shop, whether you've got an internet cafe, whether you've got an Internet of Things business, you know, whether you're manufacturing a new vacuum cleaner, it doesn't matter. The business competencies and the business functions is universal. So that's why you get those. It's a skill and an art in and of itself, irrespective of what type of business you run. And that's the bit that lets people down.
I think you're right. It does sort of let people down. You guys had this sort of idea or this concept where you're hoping to solve the problem of startups. They need sort of support, either whether, you know, they're getting started or if they're already actually running their business, and it needs to be short and to the point. But also you want to give them professional advice, but you want to give it to them, that, you know, something that's affordable.
I met Liz at a networking event, and and we were just chatting. Oh yeah, we must keep in contact to see what we come up with. And then Veronica says, oh yeah, you know, we really need to do something online. And that was it.